Welcome to Coin Collector's World. In today's video, we are diving deep into the story of one of America's most mysterious and fascinating coins, the 1977 Lincoln cent with no mint mark. At first glance, this coin looks like nothing more than an ordinary penny, the kind of coin you might toss into a jar, leave on a counter, or spend without thinking twice. But sometimes, appearances can be deceiving. A tiny detail hidden in plain sight has turned certain examples of this penny into a legendary treasure among coin collectors. To understand why, let's go back for a moment. Every coin in the United States tells a story about where it was made. That's what mint marks are for. A small letter under the date on a coin shows which U.S. mint produced it. D stands for Denver. S stands for San Francisco. And in many cases, Philadelphia coins were struck without a mint mark at all. But here's the catch: when we talk about certain dates and certain coins, the absence of that mint mark can become an important detail that changes everything. Now imagine holding a 1977 Lincoln cent. Most people wouldn't think twice about it. But for collectors, the thrill begins the moment they notice that the coin carries no mint mark. That missing mark makes it instantly stand out. It is the kind of detail that transforms a 1-cent coin into a small piece of hidden history. Collectors know that details matter. They look for the condition of the strike, the shine of the copper, the sharpness of Abraham Lincoln's profile, and of course, the place where the mint mark should be. If it is missing, suddenly that coin is no longer just loose change. It becomes something much more exciting. Think about the mystery for a moment. How many of these coins might still be out there, sitting quietly in old jars, coffee cans, or tucked away in drawers? How many people have spent one without realizing that what they handed over for candy, gum, or a newspaper was actually a rare collectible worth thousands of dollars? This is the kind of story that keeps coin enthusiasts searching through every handful of pennies they come across, and this is why coin collecting is such a unique and thrilling hobby. It's not only about the money. It's about discovery, history, and the joy of finding something special where no one else was paying attention. Every coin in circulation carries the weight of the past, and every so often, a rare piece like the 1977 cent with no mint mark reminds us that treasure can appear in the most ordinary places. Over the years, collectors and dealers have confirmed that these coins are getting harder and harder to find. Most examples have already been discovered and carefully preserved. But the possibility of finding one still exists. That is the dream. That is the reason people keep looking, keep searching, and keep checking their change. Now comes the moment you have been waiting for: the value. What is this coin really worth? A genuine 1977 1-cent coin with no mint mark, found in the right condition, can be valued as high as $40,000. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating stories in American coin history. It's about a coin that nearly everyone has seen, touched, or spent without thinking twice, yet in rare cases, this coin has the power to shock collectors and change fortunes. I'm talking about the 1981 United States 1-cent coin with no mint mark. Now, let's start with the basics. The 1-cent coin, commonly known as the penny, has been part of American life for over a century. Most people know it as the smallest denomination of U.S. currency, featuring the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the front, designed by Victor David Brenner back in 1909. But what many people don't realize is that every little detail on this coin can make an enormous difference to collectors. In 1981, the United States Mint struck hundreds of millions of pennies. Most of these coins were perfectly ordinary, stamped with mint marks like D for Denver, S for San Francisco, or none at all from Philadelphia, which normally didn't use a mint mark on pennies at that time. But among these billions, certain rare and unusual examples slipped through the cracks, coins that collectors today prize far above the rest. So, what exactly makes the 1981 penny with no mint mark so special? At first glance, you might think it looks just like the countless pennies lying around in your pocket, your coin jar, or even stuck between couch cushions. But the difference lies in its unique origin and the mystery behind its missing mint identity. Normally, a missing mint mark might not sound like a big deal. After all, Philadelphia traditionally didn't put mint marks on pennies before 2017. But here's where the story gets fascinating. Some of the 1981 pennies with no mint mark were struck in ways that make them dramatically different from the typical coins of that year. Their crisp detail, unique surface, and rarity give them an aura of mystery, leading collectors to chase after them with incredible passion. To put this into perspective, let's imagine. Out of the sea of millions and millions of 1981 pennies, a small fraction stand apart as the rarest of the rare. It's like searching for a needle in a haystack, or discovering a hidden gem among pebbles on the beach. The chance of finding one is so slim that most people would never think twice about checking. Yet for those who know the secret, the reward can be life-changing. Collectors often say that what makes a coin valuable isn't just the metal it's made from, it's the story it tells. And the 1981 no mint mark penny tells a story of oversight, rarity, and the timeless hunt for hidden value in everyday places. Just picture someone picking up what they think is an ordinary penny, only to realize that the little coin in their hand is worth more than a brand new car, or even more than many people earn in an entire year. Coin collecting is like a treasure hunt. Every coin in circulation could be hiding a secret. And the thrill comes from knowing that even the smallest piece of copper can carry enormous worth if it has the right characteristics. For the 1981 no mint mark penny, that secret is its extreme scarcity and the fascination it sparks in the numismatic community. So, what happens if you're lucky enough to find one? Well, here's the moment you've been waiting for. The right example of a 1981 1-cent coin without a mint mark, in excellent condition, has been valued by collectors and auctions at an amount that almost sounds unbelievable. That tiny coin, which weighs just a few grams, can be worth as much as $35,000. Today, we are going to talk about a coin that at first glance might look just like the millions of others you've seen in change jars, pockets, or forgotten drawers. But once you hear the story behind it, you'll realize it could be hiding a secret that makes it extremely valuable. We are diving into the 2001 Lincoln cent with no mint mark. Now, if you've ever held a penny in your hand, you probably know the design by heart. On the front side we see Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, immortalized in copper plating. The back shows the familiar Lincoln Memorial, standing proud and detailed. But here's where things get really interesting. Most coins carry a mint mark, which is a tiny letter showing where the coin was struck. You'll usually see a small D for Denver or a P for Philadelphia, sometimes an S for San Francisco. But when you pick up a 2001 cent and notice that it has no mint mark at all, that's when collectors start paying very close attention. The absence of that mint mark is not just a small detail. In some cases, it can point to an unusual production or a rare variety that slipped through the cracks of the minting process. And when collectors discover coins like these, the value skyrockets. Imagine a coin that most people would dismiss as just a single cent suddenly being transformed into a treasure worth thousands. That's the kind of thrill that keeps coin collectors hunting, checking every penny, and studying each little mark. What makes the 2001 no mint mark cent stand out is the fact that these types of errors or varieties are not common. It's easy to overlook, but once word spreads in the collecting community, the demand grows quickly. Collectors want to own a piece of history, something unique that not everyone else can have. And that rarity, combined with the story behind the coin, is what drives its price higher and higher. Think about it, millions of pennies were minted in 2001, yet only a tiny handful could be hiding this feature. For most people, a penny is something they drop on the ground and don't bother picking up. But for the sharp-eyed collector, it could be the start of an incredible find. And now comes the part that will truly blow your mind. You may be wondering just how much a 2001 Lincoln cent without a mint mark can be worth. Well, in the right condition and in the eyes of eager collectors, its value is not just a few dollars, not even a few hundred. The price for this little 1-cent coin can reach up to $5,000. Today we are going to talk about a coin that many people overlook, but serious collectors know it carries a story that makes it stand out in the world of numismatics. I'm talking about the United States 1-cent coin from the year 2004 without a mint mark. At first glance, it looks like the same old penny we use every day, but hidden in its small copper surface is a tale of rarity, history, and surprise value. The design itself is familiar. On the front side we see Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, gazing to the right. This portrait has been part of American coinage since 1909, making it one of the longest-running designs in history. On the back, the reverse displays the Lincoln Memorial, a national monument honoring the great president. This design was used from 1959 until 2008. For most people, this is just an everyday penny, but for collectors, details matter. Now here's where things get interesting. Most coins bear a tiny mark to show where they were minted. You'll usually find letters like D for Denver or S for San Francisco, placed just below the date. But the 2004 penny with no mint mark is different. The absence of that mark turns an ordinary coin into something truly special. It's a mistake, a variation, and these are the very details that coin collectors chase after. Think about it for a second. Millions and millions of pennies are minted every year. They go into circulation, people spend them without a second thought, and most of them never see the spotlight. But among those millions, a few carry this mysterious feature, no mint mark. And because they're so hard to find, when one does show up in excellent condition, collectors take notice immediately. Collectors often say that coins are like tiny history books. Every scratch, every detail, and every variation tells a story of how the coin came to be and why it matters. The 2004 no mint mark cent is no exception. Its rarity is what creates its value, and that rarity has made it one of the most talked about modern Lincoln cents among enthusiasts. Imagine going through your pocket change one day, thinking you just have another penny, and suddenly noticing something unusual. No little letter under the date. That's the moment your everyday coin hunt turns into an exciting discovery. And that's why people love coin collecting. It's like treasure hunting, but instead of digging in the ground, you're simply looking closer at the money you already use. So what does this mean for its value? While most 2004 pennies are worth exactly 1 cent, the no mint mark version can be worth far more. In fact, some examples of this coin have been sold to collectors at an incredible price, proving just how powerful rarity can be in the world of coins. And here's the part that gets everyone's attention. That little 1 cent coin, the one you might have in a jar somewhere, has been known to fetch as much as $4,000. Thank you for joining us today on Coin Collector's World, where every episode brings you closer to the hidden value inside your pocket change. Remember to subscribe, like, and share so more collectors can join our growing community of treasure hunters. Keep searching, keep collecting, and never stop believing that the next coin you find could be the discovery of a lifetime. Until next time, this is Coin Collector's World, where coins tell stories and collectors make history.